Welcome back to Chris's Vibes, where we talk about everything life. Now, thanks so much guys for supporting. If you've not subscribed, do not forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. Now guys, you know I'm always excited to come here. Anyways, now today we have not a good story at all. It's a story I picked up online. Many of you might have seen it online or on the news, but we know one of us is missing. Her name is Irene Gakwa. She's missing. We've seen that, but we don't have much details. There's really nothing much to say, but we know the family in Kenya is looking for their daughter. Even as here, we are trying the best we can, but so far we really don't have much details. But the little that I have seen online and the little that's going on is what I'm going to give you. Now, her name is Irene. Irene came from Kenya in 2019. She was coming to make a career of nursing for herself, but unfortunately, Irene met a boyfriend, a so-called to-be boyfriend or named to-be boyfriend. We don't know when. We cannot really tell when they met, but Irene met a man on Craigslist. Now, before I go further, let me just tell you guys, Craigslist is really not a dating site. So anybody who's coming in, I know Irene might have not known because she had just come from Kenya. I can just try to assume that she didn't know, and many people don't know, but Craigslist is known for buying. It's where you go purchase items. It's not a dating site. But Irene was there and met a man. We know the name is Nathan Hitman, and I guess they formed a relationship, and in 2022 Irene's family noticed her communication was going down. Before that, the family is saying Irene was communicating, Irene was keeping in touch with the family in Kenya. She was good. But in 2022 February, Irene's communication with the family in Kenya started to go down. So the family started noticing Irene is not communicating as she was communicating. Then unfortunately, sad part, 2022 March, Irene went missing. Now to today, we don't know where Irene is. We don't know if Irene is alive or we don't know. Irene is missing as of now. Now, Nathan, being the boyfriend, of course, people would speculate and people would assume it's him because he is the boyfriend, so he would be answerable, okay? Now, when Irene went missing, Nathan went spending Irene credit card. He spent about 3,000 on her account and maxed out on the credit card. Now, per Nathan, per what is going on, and when Nathan was being questioned, by what he said is that he spent the money just so Irene can come back. I don't know how that is, because I mean, spending my money will not make me come back. I mean, spending my money, how will I come back? Maybe I needed the money even where I am, okay? But that's what Nathan claimed. Now, Nathan is not being charged by anything, by the investigations or anything. He's just charged with a felony of theft, okay, and unlawful of using the credit card. So that's what we know per the news. But now people out here are speculating and saying that Nathan could be the killer, or Nathan could know something about Irene. Why? Because Nathan, when he stole the money, the first thing he purchased was a shuffle and boots. Honestly, when you hear of a shuffle and boots, what does that tell you? Definitely tells you beyond what we want to imagine, okay? But again, like I said, this is a story that's going on online on the news. We don't have much. We cannot say where Irene is. We don't know. But what we're asking for you out there, if you know something, please come out and tell us. If you know something, tell us. We cannot say much. We don't know exactly what has happened. The much we know is people are speculating Nathan for the fact that he's the boyfriend, but as we have seen, he's only been charged with felony of theft, nothing beyond that. But my question is, why did he buy a shuffle and boots? That's a question I'd want to know. Why did he buy those two things? Those ring a bell. That's not a good thing on my side. But now, since we don't have much on that story, I cannot say beyond that. All I can say is spread the news, share the video. There are so many posts about Irene on social media. Share it on your profile, spread it out. Let's see if somebody knows where Irene is, so we can take Irene back to her family, or at least the family can have answers. Again, to Irene's family, we are gonna try and do the best we can to find Irene. Sorry, and may God console you guys at this time while we look for Irene and investigations are being done. Now guys, I've said Nowadays it's crazy. It's very crazy because dating nowadays has changed. You know, before our time or a little older times, people used to meet in person, or I guess back then some people used to do letters at school, but it's someone you knew their ways. Okay, nowadays you meet people on Facebook, so it's all social media now. It can be Facebook, it can be Instagram, you know, we have Tinder, we have all these online dating. I think the only way to do these things, because now this is the new way of dating, it seems like, but I think if you're dating and you're dating someone you don't know, someone you've never met before, you have a close friend or even your sister, your brother, even your mom, even your dad, if you're going on a date, pin. Nowadays the phones are so amazing. You can turn on your location and you can also pin your location to your friend. I say to be on the safe side, pin a location when you go out with a stranger, even someone you really don't know, even someone you know. Sometimes they can be dangerous, but you know, sometimes we have that feeling of feeling like, you know, something is off. If you start to feel that way, or even when you're going to just a typical date, but it's someone you don't know much about, pin your location to a close friend and say, hey Christine, I'm going on a date, this is my location. And when you move and you say, hey, after our date we are here. That way people are able to know that you're safe. Even your close friends are able to know that you're safe. I know people would not think of pinning locations, but nowadays I think it's not safe because we are meeting people online, we're meeting people on social media, and you don't know who you're meeting. Pin your location. Tell a friend and another friend where you've gone. Let a friend know, hey, I'm going here and I'm going with this and this person. If even possible, take a selfie with your person and send it to a friend and say, hey, this is the person we've gone on a date, because that's the only way to know and to keep track with your friends, just in case of anything. It's already crazy. We've had a lot of these missing cases way too many times. We are losing our own, we are losing our friends, we are losing our own family members. So many crazy things are happening to your friends, even to your family members. So out there, I'll tell people, pin a location, especially if you know you've met someone online. Pin. And again guys, please, Craigslist is not a place you meet a person. Craigslist is a shopping place. And even when you buy something online, things like places like Craigslist, you're pretty much likely to do local. If you're not doing shipping and you're doing local, where you're going to pick up at somebody's house or going to pick up with somebody, please, even they tell you, meet somebody in a shopping center, meet someone in a public place, where if anything, it's in public. Do not, if you're going to meet to pick up at somebody's house, somebody will say, I'll leave it at the porch, I'll leave it at the front door. Go with somebody, take a friend with you. Don't go alone, because like I said, nowadays it's crazy. We cannot know, even our own people, we don't know where anything can go crazy. But let somebody know when you're going out, let somebody know when you're going with somebody, let someone know. Even if you're moving with a man, I know especially in our Kenyan way, that was not something that you'd easily tell your mom, oh, I'm moving with Nani. You know, it's so hard to say I'm moving in with this guy. And you know, also guy, we cannot judge. You know, people moving for specific reasons. You know, sometimes people moving because, hey, you're exhausted in paying bills. You feel like if you're moving together, you make life easier. Sometimes you really feel like, I've met the love of my life, I need to move in. But let somebody know. Let your parents know. Let your sisters know. Let someone know what you're doing, just so we can at least know when things changes, we know where to look for you. When you go quiet, at least we know Christine lives on that place. We can go looking, we can go knocking, or we know at least one or two friends of someone we can ask. I can just put myself into Irene's family and feel the pain that they feel, because they want answers. Regardless of how bad the answer will be or how good the answer will be, they still want an answer. So guys, please, let's make it safe. You know, tell a friend of a friend, you know, share with someone. Sometimes I know we don't want to share. Sometimes we don't want to tell our parents, I'm moving in with a certain guy, or moving in with a certain girl, but share. I think nowadays now, you know, we're grown. I know sometimes our parents may not like it, but if that's what you've chosen, then you know that's the way it's gonna be. But share and tell someone. Again, women, even men, I know sometimes we go through abuse in marriages, go through abuse in relationship. It's hard for us as Kenyans to share, because we were brought up in where we were told ni kuvumilia. It's holding on to your family, it's making a home, and we are taught a home is a wife, a husband, and kids. You know, sometimes you feel like that is what we were taught we need. No, ladies, even men, if you're in a marriage or even in a relationship where you know there is abuse of some kind. And how do you know an abuse is starting? Just like we are seeing, Irene's family is stating very well and saying Irene's conversations before and communication was flowing very well. She kept in touch, but at some point the communication cut off. She stopped communicating. Let me tell you, even in an abusive marriage or abusive relationship, that's how you start to know something is not right, because little by little the person you are with start to control. You cannot talk to this one, you cannot call this one, you cannot hang out with this one, you cannot live without me, you cannot go this places that when someone start to tell you you cannot go this place without me, or you cannot go this place alone, already that right there you should start asking yourself questions. Because again, marriage, I don't believe even marriage or even relationship is controlling someone in that way, that you cannot do things alone. Remember, you met, this person was alone. Remember, you met this other person, they were alone. So the minute this person is telling you, oh, why is Kevin calling your phone, why is Stella calling your phone so many times, when it starts that way, it's okay to ask. I'm not saying it's not okay to ask, but when it starts going that way, you want to step aside kidogo and watch how deeply it will go. Because if it gets to a point where somebody is ringing your phone as a lady, if a guy is calling your phone so much, and all of a sudden your husband or your man has all of a sudden taken the phone, through the phone, or even start telling you, no more talking to Kevin, no more talking to Stella, no more talking to Jessica, that right there already should ring a bell. And I think you should be able to communicate with a friend, not all the friends, but at least tell one person what's going on. Tell a person the pain that you're going through. Tell a person how your relationship is, because little by little it goes like that, and the next time you know, you cannot leave that home, because that abusive partner is scared that when you leave that door, you're going to tell people what you're going through, and at that time he knows he's no longer going to be in control, because you're going to more likely to leave. But when you tell people might, I always tell people, we might tell you to leave and you are not gonna leave, but at least you told someone. So if anything, we know there's someone who will be able to come out and say, hey, she told us this and this is what she was going through, we tried to get her out but she did not come out. So guys, if you're out there and you're also going through something similar where your man has stopped you from communicating to your family, communicating to your friends, even going out. Even I remember some time back there was another story on social media where a woman does not even have a car. You know, she cannot go anywhere, even to take her kid somewhere. She has to wait for her husband to leave work to come and take her where she needs to go. She could not even work because her husband doesn't want to work. Now, when you start to see such trends, you want to be careful, because you don't have a car. Okay, a car is okay, you might not be able to afford a car, but now he doesn't want you to go to work, he doesn't want you to go anywhere else until he's home. Those are some trends that you want to look at. So again, guys, be careful out there. It's okay to meet people. Right now we're in a different generation where we're meeting people on social media, where even we're going to meet, you know, your fans, or even, you know, even your own person can actually also destroy you. But let someone know when you're making a move, especially a move that does not seem, because you know there's always a red flag that you see. I'm sure even maybe Irene had seen a red flag, you know, and decided to leave, but maybe something happened and she was not able to leave. You know, her boyfriend, again, I think he mentioned that, you know, she left with a black SUV. But what he stated, we cannot tell the truth what has happened, you know. But we know when you are in abusive relationship or even marriage, at some point you want to run, but it depends on how fast you can run. You know, sometimes you're able to run and get away, sometimes you cannot run. He catches up and he apologizes and she apologizes as well, and you think it's okay to, you know, come back together and make that relationship work. But no, once you've seen a red flag that's abusive, please, my dear ladies, leave. Even men, we're not talking just about women. I know here we're talking this because of Irene, but I know we've also seen men who, you know, wamesema wamekaliwa. It depends on what definition ya kukaliwa wamekaliwa. But if also your woman is abusive, just leave. I don't think there's anybody in this world that you can risk your life for, you know, or you want to just sit there and somebody makes you a ball like left and right, you know. You leave your parents and your family really worried, you know. So again, guys, in this one case, let's share the story, spread. It's all over social media, it's on the news as well. Spread it, copy paste it. Let's find Irene. Okay, for Irene's family, again, I'm sorry. May God give you strength at this time as we find Irene. I pray we find her safe. you know, we never know about this story again. So guys, share even this video, let it go out, let's get answers. Even if I don't know why Irene, I have followed the story and I also want to know answers. And again, like I've said, Craigslist is not a dating site. So if you're coming to America, guys, Craigslist is not a dating site. Craigslist, you buy stuff, you might meet people there, but I don't think that's a place you want to meet people. It's normally a shopping place. Now guys, again, you know, I love all of you guys. Let's share this video. Let's get to bring Irene back home safe. All right guys, again, I love you. Thanks for watching. If you've not subscribed, do not forget to subscribe and share with your friends. See you later. Mwah.